Well, hello boys and girls. Firstly, before I continue with this video, I would like to give a shout out to someone I hope I can call my friend, John in England. He has an excellent video channel, To The Garage. He's got a strange accent. Obviously he's one of these northern people, and I won't hold that against him, as he, I hope, won't hold it against me for being born and bred in London. This is my 1999 Jaguar XK8, and as you will note, the steering wheel is on the left. The reason for this is I live in Arizona. Yes, Arizona, good old US of A. I'm an expat and have been here for approximately 20 years. Today's little task is going to be removing the driver's seat and also fixing the little beastie. It's got a few issues which I will show you, and I will also show you how to repair them. Obviously, one of the first things you need to do is open the door. Hey John, look, chrome handles, not painted. And inside we have our wonderful seat. As you can see, this has come away. This, I believe, is a common fault, a very annoying common fault. And all of these rotten pieces of plastic, everything breaks. And this seat switch is broken and is hanging out. So, as you can see, my car is used. I use it a lot. My wife uses it when hers breaks down. She's got a Mercedes, so that happens quite a bit. Sorry, darling. Oh crap, divorce. You know, you can see it's dirty. It needs a damn good clean. It needs a good polish. But first I need to rectify these issues. First thing you got to do is move the seat all the way forward. This will allow you access to the little talks. Then tilt the seat forward and grab your trusty tool with the what is it now? Let's see. It is a T40, and get those out. And then the one over here. Okay, then once that's done, you need to get the seat to go all the way back. It'll be there in a minute. And as my switch is broken, it rubs up against the brake. Alright, and there is, as you can see, there is another piece of plastic that is broken. Thank you, Jaguar, or should I say Mr. Ford. I'll be repairing this. It really doesn't do much apart from cover up the screw down here. Now I should be able to get to this screw. Yep, I can get to that one with this tool. And whilst this is a very handy tool, there are limitations in the access. Excess. I have lots of excess. So now I shall need to use just the normal wrench for this final screw over here. I won't show you doing it because it's very awkward. I'll show you doing it. I won't show you me doing it. Oh dear. The trouble with old age, you get you fucking muddled. Yep, I'm gonna turn the video off now, get this last screw out, and then continue. Okay, I'm a liar. You can get to it. I just didn't realise it. So this should get the final screw out. And there she goes. Now, what you can do is move the back up a little, tilt the seat back, because you do need to get underneath and disconnect the cables. And you can't see bugger all because it's too dark. Let me get a light. Okay. Hopefully you can see this. My head is upside down here. Alright. That connector there, that is the one that has to be undone underneath the base of the seat. Others are here but don't need to be undone yet. This one, I believe, is for the heated seat, which I do not have. And if you notice the webbing on the bottom of my seat looks unusual, that's because I had to replace it, and this is just basically what I used. So don't think that that is a standard Jaguar part, it is not. However, you do need to get this connection undone. Pull it out and find the relevant piece that you push on, which is, well, you can't see it, but it's where my finger is. And it just pulls out nice and easy. Now the seat can be removed. A word of warning to all of you doing this. The connection is easy. As you can see, there are washers that have been left behind. They must go there. Guess Jaguar couldn't build it properly without having to put an extra washer in. Seems kind of odd, but make sure you put them back if your vehicle has them. Also, one other thing to note, apart from the fact this is extremely dirty, this is, well, this stuff is, this is rubbery. There are obviously parts of the seat falling apart. The cable not looking particularly nice. I shall have to rewrap that before I put it back in. And of course, from all the previous owners, stains where they've spilt stuff. Why do you assholes drink when you're in a car? However, the other warning to give you guys is the seat is extremely firkin heavy. Do be aware of that. It has motors and switches and metal frame, and it's extremely heavy. So be prepared for that, and have a beer before you start. Alright, over to the seat now, and let's see what the hell I've got to do.
Excellent.
Alright, boys and girls. It would appear that the tab here that was previously repaired has broken off. This was it here. So what I intend to do is I'm going to use good old super glue just to hold that in place initially. But super glue is not that strong. So once I've got that super glued in place, I will be putting these pieces of metal on there. I'll probably trim them off here before this, because I believe that pushes up against the back here to hold it in place. At least that's what I believe. So I don't want to be over this, so I'll just have to, sorry, over this. So I'll have to stop it there, so trim it off and see if that gives it enough strength. And I'll be using a product called JB Weld, which is a great product over here in the good old US of A. Don't think it's available in the UK, I don't know. Oops, sorry, you can hear John in the background. He's playing on one of my videos. So I think in England you might have something called Araldite, but if you can find JB Weld, it's brilliant. Oh, sorry, there's an aircell going by outside. Alright, time to move on. Alright, I've got this finally super glued on there, and super glued my finger to it as well, which I had to peel off. I've made up two little pieces here, marked them T and B, top and bottom. Could have marked them, I don't know, 1 and 2, doesn't matter. So those pieces now I will be JB welding on here, T for T, B for B. So tits and bums, and I'll position them correctly. It's difficult to do it one-handed. And the product I'm going to use is this one here, JB Weld. It is a brilliant product, and as my little buddy over in England says, I am not being sponsored to do this. It's just a good product, and I discovered it when I came to America, and I'm sure most of America already knows about it, but I discovered it and it's brilliant. I've repaired so many things with it, including thermostat housings, etc. So not a plug for them, but a plug for them. Okay, now time to glue this up and let it set overnight. Yes, that is the one disadvantage with this particular one. There is a fast setting one, but I like this one. Leave it overnight and it's fine. Okay, all of you wives that are watching, and I know you American girls just love to listen to my accent, and I have absolutely no problem with that. I love it, especially when you say, "Oh, I love your accent," and you can cuddle me if you like. This little tin here is full of silly little scraps of metal, which when your husband says, "Oh, I'm going to save that, I'm going to save that," and you say, "What do you want to save that piece of crap for? You don't need that, blah, 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 blah." Well, guess what? You do. This little piece here is about to be cut and shaped and put here to help strengthen this, and put here to strengthen this. You see, girls, sometimes when we keep crap, there really is a good reason for it. I'm sure there is stuff in your purse that you have had there for a long time that your husband would throw away, but you love. Okay, onward and upward. Okay, and here we are. Underneath that grey stuff, Mr. JB Weld, are two pieces of metal there, and underneath that grey stuff there are another two pieces of metal, and again held in place by JB Weld. Another advantage of Mr. Weld is that it takes a long time to set, so you've got plenty of time to work with it and get it exactly how you want it. So I'm looking at that now thinking, I might just touch that up a bit, or do this or do that, and it's fine for that. Sorry about the dog in the background, he's just telling everybody he's around. So yeah, there you are. It's worked well. So those silly little pieces of metal that I kept from my little metal tray here have come in handy. One other repair I have had to do is on this plastic piece here that is inside the seat that the switch is attached to. It had shattered in so many places it was ridiculous. I detest the use of plastic on cars. It's no good, especially here in good old Arizona. It gets hot here, as you can imagine. It's a desert, and consequently plastic does not play well with the heat. I wish they would use something else, but of course car manufacturers like to be cheap, rip everybody off and make an absolute fortune. But it's something that JB Weld, I guess, fixes. Sorry, sounds like I'm running an advert for those people. I'm not. Okay, that's enough for that. The next issue I have to deal with once all my glue has settled is to get this back in. As you can see, there are clips down there. And I even added a few more up here, but it still doesn't seem to hold. So my plan, and I'm not quite sure if it's going to work, is to get this forced back in here using whatever tool I deem will do it, push it back in, and then force some kind of glue in there. I don't think super glue will do it. We have a product in this country called liquid nails. I might do that. I don't ever anticipate having to take the back off, and if I do, well, then I'll have to deal with it, but I don't anticipate that happening, because once it's on, it's